Hey guys, hope you're having a good day. So today I'm going to talk to you a little bit about blogging, how it benefits your business, why you should really be doing it, and give you 5 tips which will help you to make better blogs. So first of all, you've got search engines. They basically send a little thing called a crawler down to your website, which has a little look around, and it will report back to Google, for example, and basically say, hey, this person's creating new content. Now, based upon how well that content is doing, and a couple of other different factors, Google will decide whether or not that content is beneficial to people. If so, that's going to help your site gain ranking and it will help benefit your business. It's really, really good to create what we call evergreen content, which is basically content that can be reused again and again and again. Say, for example, I work with a fencing company. If I put out an evergreen blog on a specific type of fencing, like say for example, wooden panel fencing, or for example, chain link fencing, that is going to be something that they can share to their social media regularly if they don't have anything else to share. So it can be really, really beneficial. Social likes, shares, all of this sort of stuff will also help your website to rank. It will help get people onto the website. Google tracks things like, for example, social referrals, things like that. So it's really, really good to be producing this kind of content. You can produce content that's like a one-off. Say, for example, let's say somebody has a really, really nice birthday party and they're like, hey, do you want to talk about this birthday party we had at the restaurant? You say, yes, I'll write a blog on that, get that out to people, show people how much fun it was to be there at that time. So, for example, you can get content like that. That usually does really well as well, but that's usually just a one-hit wonder. By this point, you're probably realizing that blogging is important. It is very, very important for just about every business that I work with. I work mainly as an SEO specialist, so getting websites to rank is kind of what I do, and if I couldn't do it I wouldn't be paid by people, so I need to do this, anyway. So here are my 5 tips. First tip number 1: video is really, really useful. Now, if you're making a blog and you do a video about it as well, even if the video is just the same recycled text from the blog, it's really, really good to have the video high ranking in that blog. I'll give you an example right now from Gamertechie, where I've got video underneath the first paragraph of my text. And the reason I do this is because people, when they read pages, they scan. They don't read each word individually, they just sort of skip through bits and bits and bits. And that means that people can be on your blog, but they might not be on that blog for very long. But if you've got a video there, that's keeping people on the page. Now, Google and other search engines, some of them can actually see how long people have been on specific pages, which means that if someone's on your page for a long time, the page has got more value. If someone clicks on a video and the video does everything for you so that you don't have to, you're basically saving yourself time, energy, and you're keeping that person on the page because they're going to be watching something, they're engaged. Now, even if someone starts to watch the video and then stops, they will be on that video from between 5, 15, 20, 30, whatever seconds more than they would be on your page. And then they'll continue to go through the blog. Either that, or if your blogs are kind of like the ones I've done for Gamertechie, they will be happy with that and they'll be able to move on. But my mission is accomplished. I've kept people on the page for a certain amount of time. It's really, really useful to do this. Tip number 2. So you need to use simple language in your blogs. Now, I tend to, in my game reviews, I tend to use some over-complicated language at times. I love words like magnanimous, incontrovertible, brobdinagian, really cool words like that. But these are not really useful for people who are reading a blog because it distances people from the blog, it's annoying for them. And on top of this, when a search engine's going through your blog, it's got a very, very small understanding, like the understanding of a child. It understands things like Bob had a big red ball. It doesn't need to know that Bob's ball was brobdinagian, for example. It just means large. The fact of the matter is, when you've got Bob in this situation, it is better that you write using simple language because you're going to keep people engaged better. You're going to make it so that your search engine can more accurately represent what your blog's about. You're going to help you rank higher. That's very, very important. Tip number 3, so we've got word count. Word count is really, really important for blogs. It's actually vital to helping your blog to rank because the more words you've got describing a topic or talking about specific topics, the more information that there is when a page is being scanned by these crawlers in order to show Google whether or not the information that is being released is actually relevant. So in terms of having a high word count, it's always good to have at least 750 words. There's some people who recommend 500. I think that's too small. 750 if you're in a small town, and I'd say 1250 if you're in a large town, and possibly if you're in a city, I would say as high as 1750 words. Very, very important. The reason being is you're going to have to compete with larger and larger businesses who are getting better and better at blogging. Some of them pay for an SEO expert or a blog writer to come in and write information for them. So what you need to do is you need to compete with people in order to do well. Now, as I mentioned, having a video with explainers and other information is really, really good after the first paragraph, because you can keep a person on the page, and people will spend time reading your blog, but it's also important to keep people there. Very, very important, because the longer you keep people there and the longer you keep people reading, the more valuable your content is, which is why it's important to make sure that you write engaging content. Try keeping people reading something, because if they're reading something which is not that interesting to them, for example, they don't need, if you're talking about certain different types of grey that you can use to paint a fence, it's going to be hard to write engaging content for that, but you can make a funny engaging video about it and have that in the blog, and that will benefit you. But it's important for Google to understand that the page is about the two different types of grey that you're using, ocean grey or military grey, for example. So it's one of those things where the more information you've got on the page, the more keywords are going to be logged by Google, and the more people will be aware that you possess both ocean grey and military grey paint, which will benefit your business. On top of that, you can also add information about your business at the end of the blog, for example, where you're located, which will help localize your website and your page. You can have your business name in there, very, very important, and hopefully that will help you rank a lot higher than you would otherwise. Tip number 4, question response. This is a tip which is kind of useful for people, especially when they want to appear high on Google, because they have the FAQ section, which now starts to appear at the top end of search results. And if you start appearing in that FAQ section, it means that you get to skip to the top of every search engine page that you're trying to get to. So if you ask a question in your blog, say, why should I write blogs for my business? And then you give an answer, you should write blogs for your business because XYZ, this information can be very, very beneficial, because it can start appearing in these FAQ sections for a business. Now, you can also mess around a little bit with this and utilize a thing called FAQ schema by putting a section of code in your header, and I will give you a link to a website which will help you to add this information into your blog. So basically what you do is when your blogger asks a specific question, for example, why should I write blogs for my business, and it gives an answer underneath, what you do is on the schema section, you will basically just ask that same question and answer that same question, and you will attach that FAQ schema as JavaScript in your header, so that when crawlers are going through your website, I know this sounds complicated, it's not that bad really, once you've done it twice it's easy, but the thing is, once you've got that appearing in Google search results and you've got information on people appearing in search results, and you're able to skip ahead of rival companies, you're killing it. Because the fact of the matter is, the only way they're going to be able to beat you is by advertising above you. And that's going to cost them money, which is really, really good. Hi guys, so I'm going to just quickly show you how to do the FAQ schema thing. So this is one of my blogs, so you can actually see me log in and prove that it's mine. So anyway, yeah, we've got all of these questions here like that. All of these different questions are actually asked and answered in the FAQ schema, which is put here with an extra plugin which I use for WordPress that allows me to insert a script, because these are done in JavaScript, so you'll need to have a plugin for that, which they're pretty easy to get hold of. So I'm just going to show you with an example blog. So we've got writing a good blog example. For example, how do I write a good blog post? So I'm going to copy the title here, going to go to the FAQ schema. I'm going to link to that. Got a question, and then what we do is we go and we find the answer. So how do I write a good blog post? To write a good blog post, you'll need to listen to my content and follow my strategies. Okay, well, I'm just being a bit facetious here. Question 2, for example, just so you can see, to do with multiple questions. How do I stop going prematurely bold? Put that into there. Then I go to even I don't know, forsooth. And this is very true. I've been going prematurely bold for years. But anyway, what happens is when you add the information here as the frequently asked questions section, it will generate this code here, which you can copy. So you copy that code, you go here, and you add the code, bam, like that. You insert it in the head of the blog, and what it will do is then, when the blog is published, this code is going to be scanned whenever Google goes through the page. And normally I'd put like an image with it, but these questions will start showing up on Google to answer the different questions. Just going to delete these now because this is not an example of a good blog, but it's an example for you to show you how to use FAQ schema. And if you're using the FAQ schema in the way that I just showed you, and you add this to the header, you will start showing in search engine results. And if you see word count 3182 words, I've put a lot of time and effort into my blogs because I want these things to rank and rank high. It's the only way my site will do well, and it will guarantee me ad revenue, and it will guarantee me customers. So the more words you do as well, that's really good. And it's important when you've got your questions and responses. So how can I increase my search engine ranking? It's nice to add a lot of content to that, so that all of this content will start appearing in Google where you need it, above your rivals' websites, so you can destroy their business. Tip number 5, internal linking. Now, internal linking is kind of a complicated thing to discuss with people. Think of it kind of like knitting a scarf. It's a very convoluted sort of topic, but if you've got internal links within your website, sort of indicating for people to go to certain places when you talk about certain topics, it is really, really good because it increases user experience. It will help you rank, and it's beneficial. So an internal link is kind of like, let's say you've got your business name. So what you do is you link it to your homepage, which will benefit you because that shows that when people are scrolling through the page, if they want to go to your business, they can click on that. If you talk about another blog that you've written, say for example, like one of my gaming blogs, let's say the Star Control blog, Star Control 3, and I want people to link to that specific blog, if I write, as I previously mentioned in my Star Control 3 blog, and I link to that blog, that's really, really good because it says to the search engine scanning the site, hey, this page is talking about the Star Control blog. It endorses that page and says, hey, look on my system, I'm providing good content to people, and here's a link to some of the content that I've got. It will also help that content to rank because you've got an internal link going to that content, so it is beneficial. And the fact of the matter is, the more you've got things linked together, if it's hard for people to get from your homepage to a specific blog on your website, you've got a problem. You need to have it so that everything's sort of interlinked, because the further away, the more links people have to get through to get from your homepage to other content on your website, the harder it is for that content to rank. So what you've got to do is make sure that you are properly interlinking your content. Talk about blogs that you did a couple of years ago that are evergreen content, bring it all up, put it in your blog, make sure that it's relevant, and keep it there so that it's useful for people. So by doing that, you're basically going to increase the power of your website. You can also do an external link as well. So let's say a business is working with you. Let's say you're a restaurant and you work with a greengrocers and you work with a butchers. If you do a blog about both of those businesses, you just put a little link in those blogs to those businesses. You can say, hey, I've linked out to you. These are really good links because they will help endorse your business. So when you do that, you will endorse someone else's content. But you can also talk to them about writing a blog about you to basically endorse your company as well, link back to you. Immediately, both of your websites will benefit from it. It's really, really good, especially for small businesses, because even though website power for smaller businesses is not that high, you're not going to be able to compete with some of the big boys. That doesn't matter because you've got those connections, because you've got those links, it's all beneficial and it will really, really benefit you. I can't emphasize enough how good it is to contact other people and so who you work with regularly and get those backlinks and benefit your business, things like that. Now, I know I've whittled on a little bit. I threw an extra 6 in there for you in terms of like, technically it's more of a business networking thing, but it is beneficial to your business and it will benefit other people's businesses as well. So it's definitely something you can do. I try and link out to people as often as possible. Sometimes I send them an email letting them know. And occasionally I get an email back saying, hey, we really appreciated that. Do you want to, we've written something about you and linked back to you. Thank you very much. So it benefits you and it's really, really good. Anyway, I hope this video's been okay. Sorry I've rambled a little bit. I tend to ramble. I try and avoid rambling in these videos because, you know, it's just boring. But anyway, if you appreciate the content that I've got, leave me a comment, like the video, subscribe to the channel. Anything that you need, just send me a comment. I will respond to you as soon as I can. Have a lovely day. You take care, and I wish you the best of luck in business.